Alright, so in this session is when, of course, Thea and Finn live the Quinn Kingdom, which is what we named the Human Kingdom, and travel into the forest, which has the name that's hard to pronounce. And they stayed in the Gal Inn. Play on words for gallon, but Galalin Forest. In the Galalin Forest. I really should change the name to something easier to say. So, and it's located kind of in the middle of the Galalin Forest. That's kind of a waypoint. There, Thea had a fun time with ordering elven wine. We had kind of a white wine that was very fruity. I think we had to be a little bit more alcoholic than normal. But Thea had had a fun time getting the mouse folk drunk, and once he was drunk, giving him a cheese plate with several different cheeses. So it's always funny to have mouse folk wanting cheese, and Thea definitely took advantage of that. So they spent the night there, and then the interesting thing happens where in the morning they start to set out, and Thea puts on her ring that changes her hair color to that of the royal family. And I knew she was going to do this, and I had planned out that if she put it on in the forest, the king's spies would be able to see this. If she put it on before the forest, then nothing would happen. If she put it in, if she changed in when she was at in the inn, then they wouldn't notice. It wouldn't see that it was her putting on and doing the disguise instead of taking off the disguise, kind of thing. So with this, they made themselves known. They dropped down from trees to surround her and arrest her for impersonating royalty. So one of the fun times she got arrested for pretending to be herself, I thought was quite fun and hilarious. Gets thrown in jail and has a chance for me to introduce one of her brothers, Renan. Let's see if I click on him. Oh, I don't have there. But he's one of the younger ones, and is head captain of the guard. He releases her from jail, takes her to the royal capital, and she's able to spend the night in her old room, enjoying the things that she wouldn't have to do normally as a royal, or she wouldn't have not being royalty. She'd have a nice warm bath, she'd get her huge walk-in closet, all her clothes, all that kind of stuff that she'd left behind. During this, we had kind of have her have a flashback to a tale her dad would tell, that the reason why the elven royal family have pearl white hair and blue eyes is because they are said to be descendants of Saloon, the moon goddess. And the stories that would be told, Thea didn't quite enjoy it because she was the odd sheep in the family. She wasn't related by blood, thus wasn't a descendant of the moon. So felt a little missed out, not knowing that I set up for her parents to have something somewhat similar. I don't think I had them be descendants of a god, but definitely had connections to a god that I was setting up. Also during this, that didn't have a chance to come to terms, Renan was, growing up, would always be one to keep an eye on Thea. Not like her oldest brother that would actually do it out of love. Renan would do it to kind of spy on her, and when she'd look and see, he'd run off and hide. This was to set up that something that never got around because the campaign kind of ended, that Renan was actually working for the evil sister and was kind of under her thumb. I had several things planned with Ronan that, due to pictures I found on Pinterest that I'd take as inspiration, I figured that he'd end up having a lover of one of the other guards, and it would come out that he was gay, so this would be a time that I planned on Thea ending up saving the lover, this changing Renan's mind of everything and apologizing to her about pretty much being a stooge for the evil sister. None of this ended up coming to light, so I think I might still have canon, but when you drop a campaign, it's a little hard to say what's canon and what's not, especially when I have them all in the same world and it's 5 years later. So, but I think it's a chance for Renan to get redeemed and Thea to kind of understand what's going on. So yeah, that was all that I had down for this session. I know, really quick, but a lot of it was kind of travel, of hunting in between, but story-wise, not a lot of that mattered. The main thing was that it was Thea getting arrested for impersonating herself. That was kind of the things I spoke about in a few videos back. And just the fun I had with that, and I think Thea had a good time with that too, So, short video, but there you have it. Bonus stuff after looking at my notes and actually finding the stuff about Renan, of why he was actually nice to Thea and let her out of jail instead of anything like this. Because he was the secret lackey of Ashera, the evil sister, his job was to slowly gain trust of Thea, and in hopes that to use it against her in the future is what we had. Is what I had set up. So that's why he let her out in jail and showed that he was the head of the guard at the moment, instead of just letting her sit there for a few days and stuff like that, or anything. It was part of the long con of it all. So yeah, Ashera is the name of the evil sister, now that I see that looked up, and Renan is the 12th in line of the throne. Yeah, so out of the siblings. So, and I think Thea was like 17th. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I do not have that on hers, but either way, it's a lot of siblings, and hopefully I won't get any more elves that want a lot of siblings and stuff, so I'll hopefully explain it better by then. Alright, so that's the bonus stuff.